Hello, I'm George. This is GLLR Cars, and welcome to the channel. This time we're talking BMW 5 Series. BMW 5 Series. This is the 550i, and this is the 2016 model that it is pretty much loaded with every package possible. It is got the 550 designation because it has the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 that produces 445 horsepower. This is no slouch, guys. This car really punches, and in addition to being sporty, in addition to being fast, in addition to being powerful, you're going to find out that it's actually quite luxurious. So the BMW 550i, let's take a look around. This car is known for its very nice design cues. Over on the hood, it has these converging lines that move up from the center of the hood all the way out through the ends of the hood and through the center of the hood, making these really nice sporty looking lines. A very nice and low hood with the kidney grills that are not too big. I think that's the sweet spot when the fog lights. It doesn't have the sportier rims, more of the luxurious type rims. It doesn't have something that you would find like on the N series badge here on the side. This one not having any M components. It does have that. And looking around, the other thing that I like, it has somewhat of a shoulder. It has these lines that curve out and away from the front of the hood all the way to the back. And then the wraparound lights, if you look very closely, it does have that shape that continues into the lights. The back is not, even though it has a spacious trunk, it doesn't protrude too much. It does have that sloping angle. It slopes up a little bit to give it somewhat of a sportier look. The dual exhaust with the chrome exhaust tips in the back, although it does have real exhaust under it, as you can see there on both sides. And all around a very good looking vehicle. This, guys, is one of the vehicles in my fleet. This is a fleet in the GLLR Cars, my personal vehicle that I drive, or one of the vehicles that I drive. And I can tell you that I've become a fan of the brand and a fan of this particular series. There are many other BMWs out there. There are some that have less power, more power, or different needs. This one here, I think it does provide you somewhat of a trade-off between speed, performance, capacity, all around usefulness, depending on what you want it for. I'm gonna tell you that if we look in the inside, let's take a look in the inside. Let's take a look. The first thing is the key. It's got a transponder, so you can open it with the keys, or you can leave the keys in your hand. Put the hand inside, it unlocks it automatically. Very soft touch materials in the inside. It's got the Harman Kardon sound system. All of your door controls, speaker, memory controls, all your seating positions here. It is both heated and cooled seats, so it's got perforations on the leather. It has head-up display. It has the iDrive and infotainment system with the iDrive controller. It's got a couple of cup holders in the front. It's got your mode, like driving mode selector from Sport, Sport Plus, Comfort, Eco Drive, and then you have your traction control, parking and cameras, as well as automatic hold and your electronic parking brake, your climate controls, and your media controls. One thing you notice when you first enter the vehicle is the instrument cluster is LCD. So as I open the door, you'll see how it comes to life. And it is got these metallic outlines on each of the sides where the LCD monitor will go ahead and match the outlines to make it look somewhat of a traditional one. So to start, just press and brake and press the button. And it just has the one area in the center for the lane keeping assist. It has a couple of gauges on both ends for fuel and for the temperature. You can change with the buttons on the stock what number displays under the speedometer. For instance, miles per gallon, average miles per gallon, the range, average speed. If you're driving down the road and it detects what is the speed limit, it will be posted there, the date, or no information at all, or the range that you have for when you run to empty. So the other thing that you can see is this area here is not just something that's been painted in red. That's actually a histogram that basically, as your range decreases for approximately 420 mile fuel when it's full, all the way down to 0, this red bar will decrease accordingly. And the same can be said down here when you have battery charging capabilities, that it will be displayed on this one over here as well. The vehicle has 360-degree cameras. Well, I would probably say not 360 degrees. I would just say all the way around except the front, and then you can swap those for just straight back. So what is it like? What is it like to drive a vehicle like this? One of the things that I can tell you is that it is both luxurious and sporty. I've driven sports cars, I've driven luxury cars, and this is a little bit of both. And because of that, it appeals to both the sports driver as well as the luxury driver, something that cannot be said about all the brands. And I can tell you that there are some brands that their sole goal is luxury. Some other brands, their sole goal is sport. And this is somewhere pleasing both and achieving it successfully. The first thing that I notice is the acceleration. The torque comes very quick. When I punch it, it responds very quickly. When I punch it harder, there is somewhat of a lag for the turbochargers, and it is a twin turbo, but nevertheless you're already going very fast. But it is something that you can notice. If I were to measure it, I would probably say about just under half a second lag. But because the torque comes in pretty quickly, it does feel very responsive. Like right here. Yeah, that feel is very quick. In terms of the steering, it does feel a little soft. It's not as the type of steering wheel that has a feel to where you know where the front wheels are, because it has a lot more electronics behind it as opposed to, say, a Mercedes-Benz product. But nevertheless, it is precise. You move it a very small distance and it takes you there, and it moves you right there. So what is it like to drive the BMW 550i? It is, you feel very relaxed. You feel like you're surrounded by luxury. But at the same time, all you have to do is hit the sports button and the car goes from a well-behaved vehicle to an aggressive sports, fast, and high-performing car of the likes of any other sports car that is out there that would match something in the range of 445 horsepower. So plenty of power for the punch. The transmission will go to a more aggressive shifting. It has 8 gears. However, when you're in comfort mode, it doesn't feel like you have that many gears, or it doesn't feel like you're shifting through the gears. Why do I say that? Because you can't tell the shifts. You literally have to look down at the tachometer and notice that the needle is changing. However, if you put it in sports mode and you punch it, you're going to feel those changes in transmission and the changes in the shifts of the transmission. Being said that it can behave both as a very relaxed vehicle and a very aggressive sports vehicle. This car has a mechanism that is becoming more popular in more luxury cars, and that is the battery has a generation capability that is based on the idle of the vehicle. So when you're driving the vehicle and you let go of the accelerator and you let the vehicle roll, some of that kinetic energy, some of that movement will be absorbed back and used to bring power into the battery. It is strange because this is not really a hybrid vehicle. They refer to some of these vehicles as semi-hybrid. The battery is not meant to power the vehicle, but they do use this mechanism to be able to charge the battery and charge it faster. This is also used when the automatic stop mode engages. So you can power things such as your radio, your navigation system, and even the air conditioning when the vehicle stops at a red light. Of course, you can disengage this, and I disengage it myself. But that's the reason why they do this. And I see it in some AMG products, Mercedes products, and I see it on BMW products. And I think it's going in the right direction. All of the surfaces were made to make you feel very relaxed, very comfortable. Even the backrest is a very soft leather, almost pillow-like. And it's quite soft, and it reminds you that you're not just in any car. One thing that I like about this vehicle is that it doesn't try to project an image of what it is not. It doesn't try to put a great deal of work into a design to make it show that it is fast. They don't try to put some crazy wings and fins and special ground effects just for the sake of making it look cool. You do have to get into the M product on the BMW side to begin to see some of those components being added to the look and feel of the vehicle. If they do cosmetic changes just for the sake of making it look fast, I don't agree. So this vehicle is very subtle. Many people who are not car folks, and they would not be the wiser knowing that this vehicle can keep up with many other sports cars, sometimes even some of the muscle cars. The things that I like about this car are, without mistake, is the power, the smoothness of the ride while still achieving sports capabilities, and all of the features, all the luxury features that it has. It is without any doubt a pleasure to drive. It is a vehicle that once you drive it, you understand why it is that it is so popular. The BMW 5 Series and many other BMW products, they look to achieve this, and I highly recommend it because of this. This vehicle has been a joy to drive, it's been a joy to own, and I really recommend for the reasons that are A, fast, B, luxurious, and C, you just feel like you can relax when you're driving it. If you have the chores of a long commute, this somewhat takes away the anxiety of having to be home on time, because when you drive a vehicle such as this, it is not the destination that you worry about, you just enjoy the journey. My name is George, this is GLLR Cars, and as always, drive safe.